Yeah.
I tell you what, after buying all this wood for this deck, Home Depot wood is it has went down the crapper. It's terrible.
We are live. Where's my window? Got it. Skidoo, what up? Popping out the chat. Popping out the chat. Get my windows set up. What's up, fellas? J and RH. What is up, pal? Hope you're well. Porch Monkey, New York Suts, Tom Slaughter, Ryan, everybody, all the channel members coming up. What is up, everybody? Pardon the weird sounding voice. My allergies are just on mad tilt right now. Oh my goodness. But interesting. Tomorrow, BP, what's up? The DCR pump is finally here. It's going to be released. I'm so excited for you guys who are on the pre-order list or who have gotten a hold of Accurate Diesel. Tim over there has been taking the pre-orders and fulfilling orders as we speak to get this new pump in your hands. Tomorrow, our install video goes live showing you all how to put this on your 6.7. And for the most part, they're all going to be the same. The intake, piping, everything's going to be coming off the same way. But I am excited for you guys. This is something good for S&S in a couple of different ways. One, we're getting rid of the CP4 and we have options. Options is what people like. And if you don't want to get a pump, you can opt for the disaster prevention kit or get the pump and be totally away with the CP4. Tom Jubb, not this weekend, next weekend. We are excited for some BBQ. CP, thanks for your help. It's my anniversary today, so we won't be hanging around today. Have a good one. Send me a good Cliff Notes. Happy anniversary, Brian. Hope you guys are doing something well. Happy days, all. Zeke Daddy over here. He has gotten on the list for the DCR. He is going to be excited to come up and check us out. We're going to be putting his pump in and his pusher intake. So that's going to be kind of exciting. A lot of guys have been the top three things you guys have been doing has been the PPE products, the S&S, and probably the HSM stuff. And I'm going to throw Banks in there too, because a lot of guys have been just doing the diff covers, a lot of diff covers. So that's been where is DS? Dude sleeping. I love it. That's great. Yeah, I feel you, Tom. I feel you. That's why we got options. One of the things today, if you guys were checking out the shorts, we were talking about trans service. What do you guys do when you're doing a trans service? Do you guys go into the repair facility and request them to do a transmission service where they're going to put in some special chemicals, run the engine, shift through the trans gears, let it heat up, do what it's got to do, and then they hook the machine up and actually flush it out of the system? And we have them at the dealer. It's not something that I frequent. I continue to do the drain and fills. I just did one today. And that's why I was asking you guys, what do you do? Howdy, fellas, aviators. Shoot, I totally forgot to invite you.
Did you say pour a chemical in first? With the flush, you pour a chemical in the flush?
Yeah, sometimes there's like a before chemical and after chemical. It's like a cleaner, and then like what's the second one for it, boss? Like a anti-shutter or something?
Well, some of them can be a shutter, but it's a lot of the kits, like the BG kits, have a seal conditioner, or like the Valvoline.
Okay.
Valvoline has a seal conditioner, and then, like you said, a pre-cleaner in theirs, and then a seal conditioner after.
So what what did you guys do at the dealer? Were you guys doing drain and fills? Did you guys have a machine to each trans tack, or what was the dilly?
We had one machine. It was a flow dynamic, and it had the pressure, like you said, the full, like you could do the full blown flush, like with the lines if you wanted to, and blow everything out, force everything out. But we didn't do that. If a customer came in and they wanted quick trans service, they just wanted basic fluid service, we'd pull what's in there out, put new stuff back in, top it off, make sure it was done. Other times we would drop the pan, drop what was in the pan, put a new gasket if they wanted, or reuse depending on the situation. Today I did one where I dropped the pan, I reused the Ford metal gasket because it was better than the aftermarket one. It looked nicer and they're reusable. Put a new fluid like filter and stuff in there, cleaned out the pan, put everything back together, topped it back off, made sure it was running nice and hot, checked the fluid level and stuff. Very rarely did you ever get a full flush. It almost never happened.
I feel you. Remember when we were able to take the inspection covers off and rotate the engine over and actually pull, or rotate the engine so the torque converter comes around and actually pull the little plug in the converter?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Converter,
yeah. Brayton Willervall says, I had metal shavings in my lower fuel filter on my 2267 regular cab. Going to the dealer Saturday because it's under warranty, only has 6,000 miles. Thinking about switching to the DCR. I had somebody reach out to me through the emails and kind of was complaining of a similar thing and was really worried that he is going to have a CP4 failure. Was on the verge of it. Where did these happen? I mean, where did these come from? And it's kind of funny when we do fuel filters. The first thing I do is, slide the cartridge out and look, get rid of the cartridge and then look in the bottom of the housing cover and kind of, slosh it, look at, or under the light and looking for any things. And I see a lot of instances where there is specks of metal, not like when you're pulling the VCV out and there's just metal packed in there. But just these little specks. Now, if one had a disaster prevention kit with the filter filtering the fuel going back to the tank, is it safe to say that maybe we would not see those metal flakes?
Or it could just be from the fuel you picked up.
That too.
Yeah. I mean, the filter's doing its job at this point, so.
At least it was in the lower, that's correct.
I see a lot of the brown color looks like dirt, in the bottom of the cartridge.
You're not using biodiesel out there, are you?
No. Just depends on where they get it from, man. Some of them I see more than others. It just really depends.
17450 severe vibration at 80. 450, huh? You think you got some
maybe just slow it down to 78 and you'll be all right.
I was just about to say the same thing.
He's only got 1 more mile an hour to go.
81.
You got some tires need to be balanced? 82.
Maybe I hook them up with some of them self-leveling.
They go about 86.
The beads, tire beads.
The balancing beads.
Yeah.
The bag of balancing beads.
We had a customer come in with those hub centrics, and I didn't know he had these on it, and it sounded like sand. I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I'm creeping through the shop, just pulling out. And they were, sand in these things that went behind the wheel, and it was just really weird. I hadn't seen those before, but as you get going, then centrifugal force throws that out, to the outside, or makes it stay to the outside, so you don't hear it. Tops out at 89. Okay, got the wobble. Oof, got the wobble. Hello, gentlemen. Many more stations are using 5% to 15% bio. Oof. Hope you
My
guys
truck
are
doesn't
running.
care.
Yeah. I run hot shot EDT. Ever fill up truck's been running weird. Feels powerless unless my foot is to the floor. So with the shavings, I said screw it. If it's covered, they can look at it. Okay. Tom says I had a few small pieces of rusted metal. Look like small paint chips, 2 or 3 pieces.
Could be from the filler neck. Oh wait, no, that's
Yeah.
plastic. Come on.
No.
I like how he said
Oh yeah,
if
yeah,
if it's covered under warranty.
If it's covered under
If.
warranty, ask Anthony about that.
yeah.
If it's covered under warranty.
Big
Yours should have
Reggie.
yours should have been covered under warranty. I
Yeah,
don't care
that's
what they say.
that's some bow. Big Reggie.
$18,459 later.
Just for an ambo?
Yeah.
Jeez.
$6,000 for the kit and then $9,000 labor and taxes and all that stuff.
They got you coming and going.
Did you see the bill, Cody?
I have not seen the bill.
I'll send you a picture of it tomorrow.
They already sent you the invoice?
Oh yeah. And then they were calling me for a check. I was like, yeah, you ain't getting anything yet until I work my way up a ladder here. So
Send it back with a outline of a middle finger on it through fax.
Ah.
You shouldn't have done the work, buddy.
so you know what they told me? This is their exact words when I'm speaking with customer relations. And then I ended up speaking with his supervisor. And I was like, well, let me speak to your supervisor. And I gave him the name and he kind of paused, like, how do you know my supervisor's name?
Because
He's like, I can't give you that information. I was like, fine, I'll figure out a way to talk to him. But he was like, we have to go by what the dealership said. I was like, but they didn't give you any proof. All he wrote was found water and rust. You cleaned and drained the tank before you showed me anything. He said,
There's
yeah,
no
but we got to go by what they say. I was like, so he could have typed, he found anything in that tank and you would approve it. He's like, yeah, we have to go by, they're supposed to go warranty protocol. I was like, a warranty protocol that they did not follow. So yeah, I'm pretty hot.
I'd say.
So is it that the dealership was not trying to have this go through a warranty process?
It boils down to this. Dealership sees it. Oh man, that's a fleet vehicle. They got money. Let's make it customer pay.
Yep.
It's
And then they
exactly what
word it.
is.
And then they word it, found this, this, and this without submitting any pictures, without sending any fuel samples. No, just, I was like, dude, you can type anything you want in that warranty. It's all he said, she said. Well, we got to believe the technician. Okay, I see how it is.
I mean, if they were worth anything, they would have had a fuel sample. They would have had pictures of it.
Yeah, why are you
But-
sending me pictures of a filler neck? Like, I don't care about a filler neck.
There was
It's
no
not even
rust
part-
on that VCV, so it's like, no, there was no water in there.
Yeah, there's no rust staining. No.
Are they saying there was rust on the filler neck?
Yeah, the filler neck has nothing to do with it though.
It's all filtered after that anyway, so. I don't know. They're messed up. It's messed up dealer. I wouldn't take anything to them after that. I mean, how many other people got sent over like that since they say they never submit fuel pump failures?
I asked him that and he said, I can't comment on that. Okay. But the dealership, the service manager's exact words were, we never send them in for warranty because they always get kicked back.
Wow.
That's not how warranty works, man.
No, that's not how it works. Sounds like somebody doesn't want to do their job.
Right.
Big
They want the
Reggie
check.
says, I'm about to put my 12350 in the shop to get the EGR cooler replaced. Should I get the newer model one? I think I read where the 19 EGR cooler is better than clogs less and will fit the 2012. Actually, the 17 and up, the Alumaduty guts, you can use the same gasket kit, the 9 Paul 455 kit, but you will need to look up the guts for Torquey Strokes. Thanks, man. I appreciate your email earlier. Thank you, man. Thank you. And yes, that will slide right in. I did a video quite some time ago. It was probably about 5 years ago, but we did we did just that.
But I mean, what's the difference gonna be when you still have the cool side still cooling it extra?
Yeah, but them
That's-
holes.
It's still the cold side is still gonna cool that EGR even more than it really needs to be. I mean, there's a reason why they got rid of the secondary system on it in 15. That's my thoughts. Still gonna clog
Beard-
up.
Bearded Fortech, did Torquay get a hold of you? Oh, good deal. Cool.
Yeah, he did. I just haven't had a chance to email him back yet.
Good deal.
I'll
Good
get to you
deal.
there, buddy.
Good deal. I don't know how far he's from you, but he's in South Carolina.
Yeah, he's one state down. I don't know where at in South Carolina. I don't remember. I'll
That's
have to
cool.
go back
That's
through my
cool.
email. So
Closer to
couple
you
hours.
than me, so.
Yeah.
I got a bazooka pack of bubble gum in my garage. I'm in Vegas. What state are you in? We are in Detroit. Come on through. And don't bring me an upper oil pan. I'm tired of doing them. Seems like that's everybody brings me is their upper oil pans. I just had a guy drop one off from Mississippi. I'm gonna do it. I just like, man, I just getting hammered with these GD upper oil pans lately. My God.
I might be hiring a Ford tech. No, I mean, I might be.
Oh,
I
for
might
real?
be. Yeah, the dude is at the Ford dealer, and you know how we always talk on this channel about technician retention and stuff like that, and taking care of technicians. But he's like, dude, I've been there for 2 years, and it ain't cutting it, man. They got me in the diesel department. I'm working on power strokes, and then the next day they got me working on gas econo lines, and then I'm changing oil, and I'm a lube tech, and then I'm back with the diesel guys, and I'm learning from them. And it's been 2 years of no classes, no school, no nothing, no pay raises. No, I'm tired of it. So I think I'm going to steal them from the dealer.
The dealer you came from?
No, they're actually the dealer I came from. They're closing Friday, I think. Either last Friday was their last day, or this Friday is their last day. Yeah, one of the corporate auditors. He got a hold of me and he was like, yeah, I tried to order some parts for my F-150 before they closed so I could bring it out to you and you could do the work and stuff because I only want you working on my vehicles. And he said they told me they wouldn't even let customers order parts because they can't guarantee that they're going to be here by Friday when they close the business.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
Randy
got a
Z. Huh?
diesel guy.
Randy Z asked a question that you probably got a little more knowledge and expertise in it than I do. He wants to know the thoughts on that X-Tool D8. Now, the times that I've used it, it's been fairly well. It does have a lot of attachments. I like the screen on it, but I don't think I've used it to do anything else other than the couple of vehicles I did when I was making the video about it. But do you use that fluently?
I don't use it all the time. It's basically what it is. It's an Autel program. X-Tool, AutoFix, Top Done, King Bolin, they all have subsidiaries of what the main product is. So I was recently I was talking to Check Engine Chuck and somebody reached out to me and they said, hey man, I'm trying to find something that's good with diesel. It's good with gas. I can do some basic programming. I can change features and stuff. I can write it and stuff like that. And Check Engine Chuck has a video on it and he found that it was like the product called King Bolin. And I'll get you the name or something like that if you guys want. I'll post it in the comment section when we're done here and Aaron's video loads. But Chuck has a video on it, and it's called King Bolin as a scan tool. But I'm gonna fall down the rabbit hole here, Aaron. I don't know if you want to go down this rabbit hole right now. Maybe later or something like that if we have time before we get off of here. But no, I haven't used that the D8 a lot. I think it's Autel programming. Seems to be pretty good overall. It's pretty quick. A lot of guys don't mind it for basic diagnostics and stuff, but you're not going to get anything more than just basic stuff out of it or just some advanced like data reading and stuff. I can go down this rabbit hole some other time whenever you guys are ready for it, but I've been trying to find a scan tool where I can program diesels and I can program gasoline stuff, and I don't have to have the factory Ford stuff. And I'm close. I'm really, really, really close. And a company reached out to me soon and said, we're going to send you our package so you can start doing this stuff. It's like a full-blown OE style battery maintainer. They're giving it to me for a review. It's like a $4,000 like programming like scan tool and stuff like that. Really, really high end, where you can program everything from computers to keys. And I basically put the pressure on people, said, I'm not taking your cheap scan tools anymore. I want the real deal, or else I'm not doing reviews on stuff anymore, because I just think my channel's worth more than that. You know, we talked about that before, Aaron.
Yep.
And I'll get you guys some better information and stuff soon. But that D8 it's not a bad tool, but you're not going to do anything fabulous with it either. It's not going to be like it's not going to solve all your problems.
There's that other one out there. It's like Fox something. You know what I'm talking about? Fox Light, something like that.
I don't. There's. Yeah. I do know what you're talking about. I gave one of those away.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
they reached out to me and I turned it down, but they wanted to give me like the very cheap small one. But apparently the high end one does it does programming and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's what a lot of these do, and without saying too much and taking up a lot of Aaron's time here, we'll talk about scans. I'll talk about a lot more with scan tools some other time. And what I have found out lately, talking to CEOs of some of these companies and stuff like that, and what these scan tools actually are, and kind of how I fell down the rabbit hole and I got where I am, and I'm still figuring stuff out, but it's very complicated. And maybe some of it I shouldn't even be saying on, live stream. So we'll leave it at that.
I think the best one that we got to try out was that Think Diag.
Dude, I love
Think
that,
Diag's the best.
Yeah, that was a home run, small
Think
phone,
car, get
convenient.
that. That's the one me and Aaron
Think
went nuts
car, that's
about.
what I meant, not Think Diag.
It's like $90 on sale. You can find it for like $79.99 at like Home Depot and stuff. You order through their website sometimes, and it's bi-directional. You can do misfire monitor tests and stuff on it. You can do crank relearn stuff. You can do CKP stuff on it. You can go in there.
That's the one that plugs in the OBD, right?
Yeah.
The little small one.
Yeah.
I got one of those for free. I found it in a used car.
It connects to your phone, and you can pull door codes with it. You can do all kinds. And it's like super quick. And I was like, man, I'm really, really, really freaking impressed with this thing. This does what these $700, $800, $900, $1,000 scan tools does, and this is like $80 for this thing on sale. Like, why would you want anything else?
Yeah.
The Think Diag from Think Car. Google Think Diag from Think Car, and you'll absolutely love it.
It's worked great for me.
We did a good video on that.
I used it on a Kia. I've used it on a Dodge. I've used it on the Mariner, since the Mariner's the only one that I own that it'll work on.
Dude, I would hit the dealership up for a half hour every single time they'd sell a car and be like, hey, nobody pulled the door code. I'm like, should have pulled the door code when we had it in the stall, and we were trying to get it cleared through service that you guys wanted the door code pulled, and you said, oh no, don't worry about it. Customer might not ask. I'm like, oh, now you want it? So instead of it being 3/10, it's going to be a half hour, and I'm going to hook my little Think Diag up to it. I'm going to be done in like a minute and a half, and I'll pull the 5-digit code, and I'm going to charge you a half hour for it. Oh yeah, thing made me so much money, man. It was unreal. I love that little thing.
What has become my favorite is Forescan.
Forescan is
the ultimate.
Yeah, I've been using Forescan on a lot of stuff. Like, hey, listen to this, Aaron. It was on a Super Duty video that one of your, I don't know what it was. One of your guys brought this guy up before in the chat box, and Econoline comes in. It's like a 12 or something like that. One of the last few years, what was it, 14? Like the old body style. I know they still make it, but it's the old. Like you could get the 5.4 engine in it up until like 2014 or something like that. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I just had one. I just had a 24 with a 7.3 in it.
No, I'm saying that it still had the 5.4 in it. It wasn't up to 2014 or something like that.
Yes.
So it was like a 12 or 13. It was one of the last few years that came in, and the guy was like, my TPMS won't come off, and they broke my sensors at the tire shop. And I'm like, man, I don't want to bother Aaron right now about this, but I know I can do this with Forescan. And I went and grabbed it real quick, and the dude was like, look, I don't care what it's going to cost. I'll pay whatever. Can you like shut the TPMS stuff off? And I remember one of your subscribers had brought up a diesel. He doesn't have a very big channel, only like 10, 15,000 followers. And I lost his name. And I remember going across his channel before, and he was showing on the 6.4s how to go into the system. And it was like 08, 09 or something like that, how to go into the systems with Forescan and take the last 3 digits off, the first digit in one box, the second digit in another box, and then it would have to be like 0010 or something like that in another. And I was like, I wonder if that'll work in this Econoline. So I jump in there real quick and I go into the settings with Forescan and I go 000010, right? Dude, TPMS went off. And the dude was like, oh my God, you just turned it. How did you write that out of the system? I was like, it's called Forescan, man. And the guy was like, Forescan? And I was like, no, Forescan, man. It's called Forescan or whatever. And he was like, it's a Russian product. What can you say? And the dude paid an hour for 15 minutes worth of work. And I was like, no, you don't. I mean, it was only 15. He was like, no, man, I want that stuff shut off. No more TPMS. And it was the diesel video. It was on a 6.4. I was watching a diesel guy do it. And that's how I learned.
Okay.
Hi.
Here's the other one.
What up, Eric?
Fixed. You seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I got that for free.
Oh,
Never
there's
used it.
another.
I got it for free though.
There's another thing, Anthony. It's been popping up on Facebook and stuff like that. It's a picture of this like old white guy, and he's got a little box in his hand like this, and he's standing in, and it's like a picture of. Then there's like a picture of a key, and it's like they're trying to pitch this programming service for keys that all they have to do is send you this box. You pay this like small $40 or $50 fee or $60 fee, and you plug this box into your car, and then it's supposed to help program your keys, your PAT system or something like that. I don't know if they do it remotely and you got to be hooked up to the internet, but there's a service out there that's flying. And I think people need to be very, very, very cautious of that, because you're going to spend your money and stuff on this and it's not going to work. Or how are they doing this so quick and they're guaranteeing the service, and you still have to have the key cut. You still have to be able to go through the parameters of checking to make sure everything works. But with their service, they guarantee it's going to work. I don't know how.
Forward, you can program a key as long as you have the master key and the other key. You can do it without the computer. And if you have the push button, you can do it without the computer. But I haven't seen that pop up yet. Just because you said something, I'll see it though.
I tried going through the same thing with I got to use Forescan, I think, to do it, but the Grand Marquis, I got a bunch more work done to the Grand Marquis, and I've been practicing cutting keys with this old vintage machine that we found at the shop, the business we bought. And I've been practicing cutting keys. And once I got good at it with some dummy keys, I ordered a couple Mercury keys and I cut those keys for my car and they work great. But I got to learn them. And I thought by cycling the key and putting it in programming mode and all that other stuff, I could do it. But that's only for the fobs. That's not for the actual chip in the key. I got to use Forescan to actually program it.
I don't know. Just stick it in the ignition, turn it on, and then turn it off, take it out, put the other key in there, turn it on. You got to have 2 keys that are programmed already. And then the separate fob.
I did that. I only have 1 key that's programmed already.
Yeah, you got to have 2.
Yeah. I use a Code Cannibal. It's like a scan tool, but it's more of a key programmer. And I get Fords are the easiest because you get a key code for $40. You get your key cut, and then it's add a key after the 10 minutes of waiting to get into security access. After that, add a key. 30 seconds later, the car is running with 1 key. But
supposedly, I can't really talk about it completely yet, but supposedly I've been talking to another guy that does some of what you do, Eric, with like the programming and stuff like that. Maybe we could talk offline, but he got sent a new system that you don't got to wait that 10-minute timeout. It's just automatic.
There's some stuff that works that you don't have to wait 10 minutes. And every car is different. The security access thing for Ford, that's just for Ford. And that's not even for all Fords. It just depends on the PATS type. But GM, you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, every make's a little bit different. Some of it's a lot easier than others, but Fords are reliably the easiest to get started.
Push button ones takes like 30 seconds. The older ones, the keys, that's the 10-minute security function.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to help me figure out a way that I can do some remote redoing, for this thing. I need a softer 1-2 shift line pressure or something.
For that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know what you need.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, that
Okay.
that generation's that thing's been tuned, and I guess they turn the line pressure up too high for your shifts.
Yeah, dude, I'm not taking this thing to red line every time I take off from a light, so I don't need this thing
You don't need-
winding out.
You don't need barking tires in the second gear.
No.
Hey, how was driving that? How was driving your F-150?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, driving that thing is a straight smile putter on her. I was able to go get it today on lunch, and I brought it back. I did an oil change, got it ready for a car show that's going to be in a couple of Sundays, and yeah, just brake cleaned everything that had kind of leaked out. It's been sitting for a while. Was able to put the heater core in last weekend, and went really well. I didn't realize that I was going to need a Phillips screwdriver, one of the things I forgot. So I had to go back to the shop to grab a couple of tools. And yeah, as long as it's not leaking coolant, that's definitely good to go. But yeah, it's definitely an enjoyment to drive.
How many miles on that thing, you say?
Just turned 8,900.
8,900.
8,900.
And you
That's
said you want
Crazy.
you said you want like $2,000 for that, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe putting it on layaway for like 2,100 and just letting the first person, call Mother Waddles,
I'll be up there in a minute.
Was it like reserve not met? Something like that?
The only thing that doesn't, it worked a couple times, but it's not working, is the rear float, the rear sender in the dual tank in the back. The saddle tank float works fine, but for whatever reason, the rear one doesn't. So probably got to drop the tank at whatever time, sometime. Don't really have any ambition to do that currently, but I wanted to get into a running
You just
state.
cut a hole in the bed.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
Do you know how many? Do you know how? I'd say if I buy a truck in St. Louis, in Indy, in Chicago, I'd say 1 in 3 trucks has a hole cut in the bed above the
that's
fuel
funny.
pump.
I actually had to do that to Home Alone, OK Plumbing, that van. So those
Yeah.
Dodge, whatever Dodge, what Dodge vans were those? What were
The
those called?
B3500 or a Ram van.
What awful looking.
Yeah.
And we had to do that. We were trying to figure out why the sink wouldn't start. The guy's like, "Can you just put a fuel pump in it? Just cut a hole in the floor." And yeah, that's what we wound up doing.
Yeah. Sometimes
That was a long
that's
time ago. Wow.
the path of least resistance.
Turkey Burnout. What's up, player? What do you recommend for the first oil change on a 2367? I'm at 1,400.
400 miles ago.
1030,
Now,
540 are going to be your two choices. I changed mine at 4,800. You can do 1,400. You can do 20 foot. I mean, it doesn't really
Aaron,
matter.
the answer is 1,000 miles.
Yeah, 400 miles ago.
1,000.
The answer by the book is 1,000 miles is when the first oil change is supposed to be done, and then after that you go to normal intervals.
Yeah, I did mine at 4,800.
Shame.
Yeah.
Aaron's bad influence.
I'm a bad influencer. 80, 90s Broncos. I've seen holes in the floor for fuel pumps.
No, you're a good influencer. You're a bad influence.
That's funny. How does DS wind up with a glitch and then is in the shadow? Oh, here he comes. Look at, yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna sit there lurking in the background, and then he comes back. I see.
All right, I'm back.
I'm back. I'm back.
right.
Back.
First oil change. It doesn't say to do it in 1,000 miles.
When are we putting that DCR on your 2023?
Year
It
report,
does.
boss?
Yes, it
What's
does,
that?
because we brought up the owner's manual.
Did we? I
Yeah,
just looked at my owner's manual. It did not say that.
It's
Cody,
in there.
bring it up.
Calling you out, DS.
You just,
Do I have
it's in there.
okay, I'm
You just,
gonna have
you
to
just,
go to the
you-
owner's
you-
manual right now.
you just forgot how to read.
All right, I'm going to the owner's manual. It doesn't say it. I've been reading these because I was curious too.
Man, I've been reading these things for 40 years. It ain't never said nothing like that,
Oh, it
son.
doesn't say to change the oil in 1,000 miles. First 1,000 miles, it does not say to change the oil. No.
You want to bet $5 on it?
No, they're
Hey,
right.
bet me a can of that Amsoil HD spray.
All right. Are you talking to me?
No, I already
Oh.
got yours. I already got yours in the
Okay.
truck. I ain't
I'm gonna
used
have
it
to
yet.
send them. I'm gonna have to send the money to him so he can send you the spray. If I lose,
You need some more of that, Rich?
You're gonna lose because Cody's already pulled it up before and kind of went over this.
we'll
stuff.
pull it up. It doesn't say to change the oil in 1,000 miles.
It doesn't specifically say change the oil, but
But it doesn't say
I would
that.
be doing it.
There's a lot. You know what? If maybe on your particular truck it doesn't, but I've read these in these manuals where it says at 1,000 miles they want it changed. It also says, I think in my 15 F-150, it says right before, what is it? Right before you park the vehicle for the winter, if you're not going to drive it or something like that, they want you to change the oil.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, first 1,000 miles, you can. It doesn't say you can't, but you don't have to.
DS, 1,000 miles.
Well, I'm at 2K. I haven't done it.
Well, go do it.
You're twice as bad as the other guys.
I need to do it.
Get
I
him,
mean, I'm
Eric.
not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying you
Get
don't
him,
have
Eric. No,
I
you
mean-
don't. You don't have to, but here's the thing though, man. How many of these have we, at low mileage, people buy these things and they barely put any miles on them, and then we change the oil and stuff and there's glitter in it. You can actually see, and they recommend not going a full service OCI on it because of this type of situation. Not every one of these are perfect from the factory. They even say that when they're talking about this stuff, engineers talk about this stuff, there can be fine machining particles and stuff still in there. And part of that process is them wanting you to get it, run it for a while, let the oil pick it up, do its job, carry it to the oil filter and change the oil.
Here's a proud message from our non-sponsors.
Bubbly,
Send
you
me
need
all
to
the bubbly.
sponsor him.
Yeah, sponsor from Bubbly.
Heck no.
He needs to be sponsored from him. He's drinking this stuff every time he turns around. He's got a can of bubbly in his hand.
I love bubbly.
It's good stuff.
Hey, stop humping, you guys. Come on. Go lay down. These freaking dogs, man. I tell you what.
They getting it
Um,
on, man.
So something interesting that I was doing in the shop today. DS decided he was going to go bye-bye. Too bad.
He's probably reading the manual.
The oil pump that I have never replaced on a 6.7 20 and newer. I've never had to do this before, and I had to. I was interesting how I had it sitting in the chassis. I didn't want to take the engine all the way out, so I was able to jack the engine and trans all the way up and put probably these are 4x4, so probably like 8 inches long 4x4s, and stood them straight up and went between the motor mounts and kind of got the engine on stilts, but was also supporting it with the crane. So I was able to get the oil pan off, just like Chris, and not take the transmission out. So that was kind of unique to see. But then also see the oil pump. I didn't, I don't really get to see how low that actually hangs, and maybe I'll do a little video and showing you guys, hey, look actually how low this hangs into the pan, driven off the crank gear, heavy, and then gear teeth.
Just lost oil pressure.
Yeah, so the customer at like 96,000 miles had the low oil pressure warning come on. They took it to a dealer. They didn't find anything. It was making oil pressure. 10,000 miles go by. They're thinking about getting rid of the truck, and they bring it to us and say, "Hey, this happened 10,000 miles ago. We want it fixed." So the first thing in the diagnostic process is to verify the customer concern, and I never verified the customer concern. So we more or less were requested to replace the oil pump in this dude's 21 that had 109,000 miles on it. So,
Wow.
here we are.
Wonder if
Because
it was just the pressure solenoid.
I don't know, but I got one that's gonna go. He's gonna be getting replaced as well.
How many hours is that?
I haven't even looked it up. It's a bad juju to look it up before you do it, because then I'll be ticked the whole time. Never look at SLTS.
does the customer have to pay for this?
I think they're getting assistance from Ford. How would you break in a new short block? I mean, nothing really.
Me in the
Put
same
engine
way.
in, drive it.
So what I found out about break-in is piston rings used to be the main thing to break in, but the materials have changed so much over the years that most of the honing already takes care of that process. So it used to be you had to break it in back when they used cast iron piston rings, but now the tolerances are so tight. All that stuff is pretty much honed out before it even starts.
I'm excited for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
DCR video, baby.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
excited. I'm excited. I
And
got the okay from S&S to let it rip.
So you're gonna have 3
Ooh.
videos this week? Whoa!
Yeah, no video on Friday, video tomorrow.
That sucks. Messed up
Um,
my whole week.
but it's gonna be exciting. It was DS Trucks actually helped. Hey, DS Trucks actually helped me film it and got some really good shots. This wasn't something where I had a fixed camera. The ability to show some of these crucial spots that S&S is having us do, we were able to highlight right in front of you, and it was pretty cool to see. I was going through the video was 100, an hour and 25, 6-ish minutes.
Wow.
And between chopping it down and speeding it up, I think I got it down to like 46-ish minutes. So good chunk of video, a lot of good info. I will say the instructions that you get from S&S are phenomenal. The color, they did a really nice job. This is what I would expect to see when getting a kit of this caliber, and not just this piece of paper. And you're like, what is? Okay, am I supposed to guess between steps 1 and 8? What is? No, ironed it out. It was really nice. Poor boss, everybody jumping off. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging.
Got to say goodnight to them before we get out of here. They're cutting out at 9 right when we're done. So, all right, guys, take care.
Holla, holla.
See
Hey, Ford boss, what do I get for winning the bet?
ya. You didn't win nothing.
But you said that if
What do you get? You get these. That's what you get.
Oh, he said he had to go.
I gotta go. I gotta go, and I'll show you some literature tomorrow, and I'll dedicate the video to DS Bucks. It's in the game. All right.
all right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, David Cross, it is worth the money. Get the CP4. This pump is going to be a game changer for the 6.7.
And don't buy a
Um,
CPX.
No CP. force. No more. But I don't know, that might be something I want to hear back from you guys. Thanks, Robert. As far as what you guys are going to do with the pump, if you can do it or not. Diesel fuel check-in. I've been forgetting to ask that. Diesel in Louisiana, $3.39 here in Detroit. I just saw it under $4. Finally, it was $3.98. Couldn't believe it. What else we got? Peace to all. Colorado Springs, $3.23. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I have no idea what diesel is here.
No.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't.
I
live-
haven't been out.
Can a regular guy install the DCR? I guess. I don't know how regular you are.
I mean, personally, it's a 7 out of 10.
Uh,
So how
Mr.
mechanically inclined are you?
Dave, check your email back. I sent back to you. 305, 299 in Texas. Goodness. Wow. That's not bad. That's not bad. 379 in Florida. Okay. 410 Maryland. Doc, where you at there, man? Strategic diesel reserves. Yes, this strategic supply. 380 Northern Illy. 375 Macomb County, Michigan. Okay, okay. Okay. Well, I think we might call it quits here. My allergies are just totally haywire tonight, and I just want to lay down. I appreciate you guys all for hanging out with us tonight, as always. Please stop through the channel tomorrow and check out what S&S has for your 6.7 and see if this is something you want to tackle, or if you want to have it bring it by us, have the crew and I get on it. And I think this is going to be a topic for discussion here in these next few coming weeks when you guys have the ability to have this on your truck. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Eric, Cliffy Whiffy, DS, In and Out, Bearded Ford Tech, Cody, and Ford Boss. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Aviator, we'll see you all guys next week and tomorrow. See ya.
Good night.